Hey everyone, welcome to Smash Trivia. I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram by searching Smash Trivia to follow everything that's happening with me. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. I'm so excited to get into this. This is the Gamma Analysis. Basically, in this series, I'm going to review everything Hulk. All the movies and TV shows. Maybe at some point I could get into comics, but that's a while off. Hope you enjoy Smash Trivia presents The Gamma Analysis. I want to ask everyone listening if they could please do something for me. Please share the hell out of this podcast with all your friends, because I really want to get the Gamma Analysis to be big enough that by the time She-Hulk comes out, maybe I could become press and either get like the first episode early, or be invited to the premiere, or even just get one of the press goodie bags. For this episode, I'm going to review the Planet Hulk animated film. Just so you know, going in, this is not a critical podcast. Every episode of mine, I will always try to put out positive vibes. So while I will mention a couple, actually, in this episode, I don't have anything I didn't like. I tried looking for things that maybe not like that I can put in there just so there is a little bit of a critique. But honestly, I don't think I had any notes that were bad about the film. Majority of my reviews will be things I like in the movies or TV shows. I have a trivia question for you. In the comic, was the name of the Joint Task Force whose primary purpose was to capture or kill the Hulk? I'll give the answer later in the episode. And also, I don't recap what I watched scene by scene, so I highly recommend watching the movie before you listen to the episode of the podcast. I'd like to say that I have not actually read the comic this is based on, so I can't say definitively how accurate it is. When I watched this film when I was younger, I didn't care about reading the comic this was based on, but I did want to know what happens next. So I read the comic that takes place right after this, World War Hulk. And I think World War Hulk and the other follow-up, Scar, Son of Hulk, were the first ever comic books that I read. So this movie holds a very special place to me of bringing me to comics. Alright, so I'll start my review now. I know it's nothing special, but those turning gears for Lion Gate's intro sequence are so nostalgic to me. That voice going over the Marvel intro felt a bit to me like the start of Infinity War. We see the Illuminati, which even though I didn't read the comic, I do know this is accurate. The Illuminati sent Hulk away from Earth. And I'm not exactly sure, but I think this lineup of Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, and Mr. Fantastic is the same ones as the comic shows. I think it's interesting that as Iron Man is telling Hulk he's too much of a risk, someone from Sakaar is praying for someone like Hulk to come save them. I really like the dialogue from Iron Man's speech. I really like these opening credits with Hulk breaking through chains and this green liquid flooding a passage with Hulk's hand coming through the liquid. Oh, and I actually have some money. I've actually been really wanting to get a tattoo of a Hulk fist holding broken chains. It wouldn't look like what was in the intro, but that just reminded me of this thing I wanted to do. And the reason I want to get this tattoo is both to show my love for Hulk and to symbolize that I can't be controlled anymore. I like that unlike Thor Ragnarok, this actually shows him crash landing on Sakaar. I think it's cool that Hulk's blood is green. At first, I thought they put an arc reactor on him, but instead, it's a translator and a controlling chip. I really like that because unlike most space-based films, this actually explains why everyone speaks English. The short four-armed aliens are Meek's race of aliens. They look kind of cool, but it's definitely not cool that they treat Meek as an outcast. I like that there's so many more very different people in this prisoner group than there were in Thor Ragnarok. We see a very emotional moment for Korg where he finds out someone that he knew is still alive and they immediately attack him. I love this Cronin fight, and I'm surprised that they actually show a good bit of blood in it. Miek's reaction to the others from his race getting slaughtered is hilarious. The natives are down. Very messy. Should have been haters. That's not good for it. It's definitely not what Miek sounded like, but that's the voice that came out when I tried doing a goblin-like voice. We see another emotional moment for Korg as Lavin tells him only him can beat the Cronins. And Korg says, "They are my brothers." Lavin responds, "They used to be. Their minds are gone. Korg, please." Right as one of the Cronins stab him, killing him. Even though I just met these characters, I feel sad from the emotional responses that come from the others to seeing their friend just die. Having to fight and kill people you thought of as brothers because they killed your friend has to be hard. I love Miek pointing out the Red King to Hulk and Hulk responding, "Now I know who to smash." Smashing the brain of a giant squid to save people that you just met is a great use of smashing. Even after being cast out from Earth, Hulk is still a hero. I wonder who that is in the shadows behind the Red King. Could it be Mephisto? No, I don't think it's Mephisto, as this guy is blue while Mephisto is red. And I actually was looking it up after the film, and apparently this is actually the Grand Master. I love this armor that the Red King had. And I love Thor Ragnarok, but one big thing that I was disappointed with about it was that they replaced Red King with Grand Master as the leader on Sakaar. Don't get me wrong, I love Grand Master. Jeff Goldblum is fantastic, but I wish we at least got a reference to Red King in Ragnarok. Maybe possibly him taking over after the rebellion or something. I love seeing Hulk smashing, but with a sword. It's so heartwarming. Miek's response to them becoming Warbound. Warbound joins us, right? Like a hive? And Miek would belong? What Miek says, and it's so heartwarming to hear that he's finally found a group of people. I love these flashbacks to show some of the different Warbound's origins and how each one of the members of the Warbound, they have their own storyline. It's not just some of these characters are just there. They actually have a point. It's cool seeing Thor and Beta Ray Bill teaming up in one of those flashbacks. I think I should follow the audience members in chanting, "Sakaar-sun! Sakaar-sun!" I gotta say, Hulk in gladiator armor is such a cool look, even without the helmet. They thought that robot spiders would be a match for Hulk. That's laughable. I wrote while I was watching that, so Drax must have got inspiration for going into the obelisk at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 from Hulk going into the Eggbreaker. It's such an interesting and weird concept to have that plants grow from Hulk's green blood. Wait, what? Why would Hulk go with the lieutenant just because she said please? Hulk must already want a different kind of smash, if you know what I mean. We see the backstory for the lieutenant, which is very traumatic. Seeing all your family turn into monsters and then having to kill them at just 12. And then being saved by a child who would become the Red King. Is it just me, or does the young Red King look a lot like a red version of Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender? With a backstory that traumatic, Hulk also being a tormented soul, I can understand their attraction to each other. It's really sad that no one ever believes Hulk, and people get killed for it. I love seeing the audience is complimenting Meek the second time of them going into the arena. When I watched this as a kid, it made me love Beta Ray Bill, and I wanted to see him in live action ever since. And watching again now as an adult, I still really like him. I love that in Asgard there are tales of the Hulk's rage. I wish we could see a scene in the MCU of Thor just in a bar in New Asgard, drunkenly telling tales about the Hulk. That would be such a fun scene. I love that Beta Ray Bill, even after Hulk beat the hell out of him, still helps Hulk and the others by breaking their obedience disc. Beta Ray Bill tells Hulk that he can take him home, but Hulk says, "Earth is no home of mine." I think that's quite understandable after being thrown out by who he thought was his friends. Hulk threatens the Red King that he will crush him if he comes after Hulk. I wish he had said that he would smash him, but that might have been too on the nose. Poor Meek, all he wanted was to be Hulk's friend, and Hulk couldn't accept him as a friend. That was really sad seeing Hulk just be like, "I have no friends," when Meek was like, "I'm your friend." Ooh, we got some more of Hulk jumping through areas. I don't know why, but if you've listened to my first episode where I review Hulk 2003, you'll know that I find that, at least for me, there's a certain serenity to seeing Hulk peacefully jumping through different areas. Those people helped hide the Warbound, but sadly it doesn't seem like they are as trustworthy as she thought, as their leader is revealed to be working with the Red King. Poor Meek, he lost an arm, but at least he defeated the leader who was working with the Red King. I love this fight sequence between Hulk and the Lieutenant, as it's cool for Hulk to actually have a worthy adversary. The same thing that turned the Lieutenant's people into monsters is now turning Elo people, and the Warbound have to fight them. I like that the Lieutenant stopped fighting Hulk to go save Elo's people, and that inspired Hulk to come as well. Hulk getting turned into one of those monsters is terrifying. The Lieutenant finds out that what turns people into these monsters came from the Red King. That finally is cementing her changing sides. I wrote while watching, damn, that's so hard. The Red King, he sent a rain of fire to kill all of Elo's people, and the Lieutenant was holding a child, trying to keep them safe, and the child got disintegrated while still in the Lieutenant's arms. That's gotta be painful. The Red King wants the Lieutenant to bring the Hulk's dead body so he can parade it through the streets, and he actually thinks the Lieutenant is just going to follow his command. We see her doing what he said, but I'm guessing that she made a plan with the Warbound. It's weird seeing Hulk's covered body actually paraded through the city. I still like the look of the Red King's armor, but with the helmet that he wears in this scene, he looks like a dork. The Red King says, "Sadly, the most savage of them all will not feel the executioner's blade, for you cannot kill what is already dead." He lifts off the color to reveal the Hulk, who immediately opens his eyes and grabs the Red King, saying, "Oh, I'm not dead. I'm just mad." I love that. The Hulk is throwing the Red King around in every direction. Hulk grabbing the Red King's blade by the blade and breaking it off, turning it around and stabbing the Red King with it is really cool. I love the rest of the Warbound are just knocking guards over like they're bowling pins. Oh, shooting fire at Hulk was not smart. You just made him angrier, which made him a hell of a lot more strong. That's a great way to kill the king, turning him into a monster. So his own guards follow his command of disintegrating everyone who turned into a monster. Hulk has come to be a savior to Sakaar with the lieutenant by his side. They will be a great power couple. Everyone on Sakaar loves Hulk, and this is what Hulk deserves, but never got on Earth, as everyone there thought of him as a monster, and they never got to know him. I love this film. I wish Hulk got the helmet, though, to complete his gladiator look. It's very nostalgic to me, as I watched these animated direct-to-DVD Marvel films like crazy as a kid. I really wish that they made a sequel to this of an adaptation of World War Hulk. Happily, at least, we may actually see an adaptation of that in the next few years and in live action, as there's rumors that a World War Hulk film is being developed for the MCU. Some trivia that I found interesting from IMDb. In the original comic, Hulk's third opponent in the arena was Silver Surfer. It was changed to Beta Ray Bill due to Silver Surfer's rights being unavailable at the time of production. And the crew thought that the hammer-wielding Beta Ray Bill would make a better fit on a gladiator world. The Marvel Comics characters Star-Lord, the Grandmaster, Adam Warlock, Gamora, Pip the Troll, and a Skrull all appear in the crowd or behind the Red King in the arena where Hulk fights throughout the film. In the original comic, Korg's flashback to his fight with Thor is taken from Thor's first appearance in Journey into Mystery 83. The only change from the original story is Beta Ray Bill appearing and helping Thor. Throughout the film, Hulk does not revert to Bruce Banner despite either being knocked out or in a calm state. Writer Greg Johnson offered the explanation that Sakaar's atmosphere is toxic to humans, and so Hulk cannot change back or else he will die as Banner. Director Sam Liu, on the other hand, states that the cosmic rays that flooded Hulk's ship before crashing on Sakaar might have altered him in some way. The council tries to decide whether Hulk is the Sakaar son or the Worldbreaker. In Marvel's Fear Itself storyline, Hulk would be possessed by Null, the Breaker of Worlds. Beta Ray Bill's quote, "I act by the will of others, Hulk. The disc in my chest and in yours demand that one of us must die. You have my sympathy, because it will not be me," mimics the classic Captain America blunder from Tales Suspense 92. "Okay, mister, I'm ready for you, so let's wrap it up. Only one of us is going to walk out of here," under his steam, turns place, "and it won't be me." The film was shown on Disney XD. It was a edited version due to content by censoring some of the violence and blood, particularly in the scene where Hulk just beats Beta Ray Bill to an inch of death, because that was extremely bloody. Alright, so the answer to the trivia question from earlier was Hulkbusters. If all goes well, next week I will have Keith on again for reviewing the next 2 episodes of The Incredible Hulk from the 70s. Thank you for listening, and if you liked this Gamma analysis, please give a 5-star review. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the movie, so please let me know. And if you'd like to listen to more from me, please subscribe. Many more Gamma analyses from me coming, so keep on the lookout. This again is your host, Smash Trivia John, signing off.